Hey everyone. So I found my strat for Dark Anima. As you can see, I already locked in a score. I just did 7.3 billion, and I know from test recordings, that I will fail the chain regardless on this attempt. So yeah, this is the team we are looking at. It's a fire team, and it's very expensive. Let me just get this right out of the way here. And yeah, I'm using Riku actually. So that's something new, something I did not expect one bit. Let me actually check something. 589, if I change this to Asura, how does this change? Oh, it's more damage. Okay, so we'll squeeze out more damage that way. And it's all good. Perfect. All right, the gearing. So everyone on the team needs 20 or more water resistance. Eris is the only exception to this rule. She only needs 20. Well, she also needs it, but only in Brave Shift. So base form has only the light resistance stuff. She's using her own vision card. I'm not quite sure whether Yuna's vision card is better for her, but yeah, we'll see about that. I'll test this around. This is her gear in Brave Shift. So she has... Oh, and everyone needs to be immune to confusion as well. So she has 75 magic, Reaper Killer, 0 Fairy Killer. She won't do much damage. She's just chipping in, doing a chain for us, yada yada. Louise is passive provoke evasion and base. Has this stuff. She also does fire field, gun in peril, the usual. So she's got fire weapons equipped. I thought I would use her LB, but I'm not. So let me quickly adjust this for just a little bit more damage out of her. Since we're not using the LB anymore, I can't use Cursed Doll due to the stupid confusion attack. So might as well use Floaty. And of course, now I'm getting texted a lot. Yeah, these are her abilities. So she's at 300 Fairy, 300 Reaper, and using her own vision card. Her job, basically, like I explained, imperils, imperils, fire imperil, etc., etc. Then we've got Albert Gil Riku, who is going to SLB this for us. Now, sadly, I need some source of water resistance, and this is the best I could come up with. Kingly Raiment for additional Reaper Killer comes in super handy for the 50% light resistance as well. Photon Core, MVP yet again, Fairy and Reaper Killer, both bosses both. Also provides 50% through double hand, which is kind of needed on her, as you can see. So she's got this gearing, and yeah, looking pretty good. So, and she's using Lara's vision card. If I had another Auron or Sephiroth vision card, that would go on to her, or Tyvus actually. But yeah, she's got 250 Fairy, 150 Reaper. Again, one more Seph card would be great. She'd be at 300 LB, she'd be at 250 Reaper. It was not meant to be, sadly. Well, actually, I can give her max LB though. I am not using not Riku's, but Tifa's vision card on anyone if I'm not totally mistaken. So that's yet another upgrade. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's using Tifa's vision card, so let's do that instead. And now we have 300 LB, 250 Reaper, 150 Reaper, 250 Fairy. So that looks good. Perfect. Finding out more things as we go. And this is why I declared this not optimized, because there's surely a few things to be optimized here. All right, Tyvus is using Swordbow, Photon Core, yada yada. This is the gearing. His role is basically bar water gut-wise and then do his stuff. Sadly, I can't... I would like to do light resistance on the chest slot, but this makes gearing Sephiroth really weird, and I just can't deal with this right now. So Maybe I'll find a way to incorporate his own STMR onto him as well. He does have that free action. So yeah, he's also on Oran's vision card, as you can see. He is going to do big PP damage on this fight. So 225 Fairy, 200 Reaper. And he is actually pretty good in damage. And yeah, next up Lara. Base form, resistances, etc. Lots of LB fill rate, although we don't need it. Tyva's STMR obviously, which is a great help. Her own vision card. And yeah, this is the Gearing and Brave Shift. As you can see, lots of good stuff here. Indestructible Light. She is at 300 Fairy, 225 Reaper, 300 LB, the usual. Yep. And lastly, Sephiroth, our second passive provoker in base form, has Tyva's STMR, is on 10,000 needles. 10,000 needles is going to be important. And I'll explain why in a minute or two. And a Brave Shift, the standard gearing, Yuna's necklace, etc. The good stuff, I'd say. And yeah, he is at 300 Fairy, 300 Reaper, 300 LB. He is going to do the most damage here. Alright, let's get started, I'd say. Let me just shift these units back and forth so we start in the proper positions. Let's refresh energy. Oops, 2 is enough. Alright, I made one adjustment. I put Riku onto Golem for the confusion immunity. This should make it work now. So, apologies if I interrupted myself mid-sentence. We'll do this properly now. Alright, so we'll start this off with Tyvus going for Bar Warga. Cetra Ares is going to Divine Castles. If it's too fast for you, I do have my turn sheet in my pinned comment, so please refer to that if you missed anything. This fight is very straightforward though. Both Seth and Lara will stack, Louise will quad Ionic, and Riku is going to triple Eccentric Altana. And this comfortably should fill Lara's LB back to full. Yep, there we go. So there is absolutely no RNG involved in this fight this time around other than the standard variants you're facing. And that is why I like this fight in particular. So Lara limits once again. Seth is going to Fallen and Dark Purging Blade twice. Ares Brave shifts and just does the Rod Imperil. It's a little gain, honestly. So I'll adjust this in my sheet. Tyvus will just repeat Bawarga. He's got nothing to do, honestly. Sadly, he can't be put on anything else. No empty slots for anything, honestly, so that's kind of bad. We'll repeat Louise and Riku. Alright. Yeah, close but no banana, but that's fine. We will fill Lara's LB next turn regardless. Okay. So Sephiroth will do 10,000 needles. This one will persist throughout the fight. Ares does Divine Castles. Tyvus is going to... Actually, what I'm going to do is swerved twice to fill some LB gauge, and then his Magnus, maybe some crystal drops, fall onto Lara. That'd be great. Not a single one, that's fine. We'll shift her. Riku was going to do Eccentric Altana regardless, so she'll do that. Spirit Slayer to finish this off. And yeah, this should fill the LB gauge. There we go. Let's do this before the killer buff applies. Perfect. Alright, and Louise is going to incapacitate target, diverse arsenal, in Ionic Fire Blast and Fire Starter. And Sephiroth was going to do 10,000 needles. Alright. So we did immune that. We still have our Mirage stack preserved, so we can safely use Tyvus STMR on both Lara and Seth. And as you can see, this is why I'm so confident about Lara being full on LB gauge for turn 5. This is not an issue here. So we'll do triple bolting strike on Tyvus. We'll do triple bolting strike on Riku, Lightning Rod in particular, to deal less damage on purpose. We don't want to push the boss too hard, but 50% is the threshold, and we want to push the threshold to delay the mitigation buff of the boss. Louise is triple shielding or bolting strike and disarming for the gun in peril. And Eris is going to quad, triple flame fang, and last action is Ardent Prayer. We'll start us off with Eris and then finish off the chain with the rest of the bolting strikers. So let's start with Eris, send the chainers. Should be 102 if nothing goes wrong. Perfect. Well, 40% is a little bit, it's fine. All right, there we go. Confusion, we immuned it, nobody took damage. Perfect. And this is the kill turn. Eris limits. Louise triple bolting strike and nano machine overload. SLB on Tyvus and Riku. Shifted LB on Seth and Lara. Now again, I do want to point out that the macro will most likely not work because I'm recording. So please keep in mind that this strat works, and it works very well if I'm not recording. 7.3 billion is the last high score of mine. Let's check it out. So we're sending Eris first. We'll extend the chain via Louise and Riku. All right, let's hope this works maybe. Nope. This will break. This will surely break. Yep, as expected. Should be a 72 chain if it doesn't break. Alright, we're back. Let's see, I adjusted the macro to hopefully work properly this time. Technically I could probably also go by doing this by hand, but not quite sure if this is going to work at all. So triple nano, SLB, SLB, shift LB. And let's do this LB. So now the macro is waiting 3 seconds before it fires off. Anything with lag in mind in my PC not reacting at all for an entire second, this should be fine. Yep, there we go. Actually worked. I'm surprised. Well, it almost worked, let's say. Let's put it that way, because it should have been 72. So yeah, that's a bad variance roll, regardless, but I'll take it. This strat easily works up to 8 billion when it's properly working. Yeah, just as a heads up, Tyvus did, on my good attempt, Tyvus was at 2 point... Let me check on the Discord, I posted my result on the Discord earlier. So Tyvus was at 2.1 billion, maybe he missed the mark. Sephiroth should be at 2.5 billion and Lara should be at 2.5 billion as well. So we missed 1.6 billion, that's 8 billion already. Yeah, I guess this is going places. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you guys. And I'll optimize this thread probably. Maybe I'll try a dark team to see whether that fares better than this. It remains to be seen, but for now, this is it. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.